Today, we're going to talk about the real number system. We can use the real number system to help us classify numbers into groups. Knowing the group that a number belongs to helps us better understand the number, which also allows us to better perform operations and solve math problems that involve these numbers. One thing to remember is that a number can fit into more than one category. And also, when we classify numbers, it helps us simplify the number first. Let's take a closer look at the numbers in the real number system. The graphic below will help us as we categorize numbers. The first section we're going to talk about is the innermost circle, and these are called counting numbers, or natural numbers. I remember this because naturally we start counting with 1, 2, and 3. So natural numbers include 1, 2, 3, ... The ... means that it goes on in that direction. The next category is whole numbers. These include all of the natural numbers, but also the number 0. That is the only difference between whole numbers and natural numbers. Whole numbers include 0, where natural numbers do not. Notice also that the whole number circle includes natural numbers. So whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, ... Also remember that I said that you need to simplify fractions. So if I had 6 over 3, that is a whole number, because when you simplify it, you get 2. And 2 is in the whole number section. The next category include integers. Integers are all the whole numbers and all the counting numbers, but they also include negative numbers that are not fractions or decimals. Again, simplify everything that needs to be simplified. For example, we see the square root of 49 in there. The square root of 49 is 7, and 7 is an integer. So integers are -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Notice that it continues in both directions. The final category in this circle is a rational number. Rational numbers are anything that can be written as a fraction. Decimals that repeat or terminate can be written as a fraction. Integers, whole numbers, and natural numbers are also rational numbers because they can be written as a fraction with 1 in the denominator. Now, did you notice that there is a circle all by itself? These are irrational numbers. These numbers cannot be written as a fraction. These include the number pi, square roots of numbers that are not perfect squares, and cube roots of numbers that are not perfect cubes. It also includes all decimals that do not repeat or terminate. Let's use the chart to classify the following numbers. Remember, a number can fit into more than one category. Let's do the first couple together. We have the number 7. 7 is a counting number. Because it's a counting number, it's going to be in every category that that circle fits in, meaning it's going to be in whole numbers, it's also going to be in integers, and it's going to be a rational number. Now let's look at the number 1.25. We don't count with 1.25. It's not a whole number, and it's not an integer, but it is a rational number. Because 1.25 can be written as a fraction, 1 and 25/100ths. Now pause the video and do the next 4 on your own. When you're ready, hit play and we'll see how you did. Now let's look at the square root of 16. The square root of 16 simplifies to 4. 4 is a counting number, which means it's also a whole number, an integer, and a rational number. -18 divided by 2 is the same as -9. -9 is not a counting number or a whole number, but it is an integer. And because it's an integer, it's also going to be a rational number. The square root of 24 is not a perfect square. Because it's not a perfect square, it's going to be irrational. And then finally we have the number 0. 0 is a whole number. Since it's a whole number, it's also going to be an integer and a rational number.